I successfully infiltrated the base. All I need you to do to unlock that door, I can get in there and retrieve the mock file.
Good, and I'm on it. You should have access now.
I'm under fire!
I'm on it. There's some armored trucks firing. I can hack into one of the sentry guns and hold them off. Just get inside and attach the mock file.
Put your hands up. Hand over my foul. I want to hurt you. Hurt! Don't be foolish. I've been training all of the sword arts in the world. You won't be able to stop me. I guess you never seen Indiana Jones. I received the mock foul.
Launch it now.
Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. Let me make sure I'm on. Yes I am, I'm on. Oh yeah, but today we're discussing of course our mock draft, my mock draft 5.0. I'm gonna break down all my picks and stuff. At first the mock draft was treating me a little bad. Remember that Prince song, and why you always treat me so bad? You know I love you. But this time, the mock draft treat me right. This time and last time. The mock draft is finally on my side now. The simulator is finally giving me players I actually wanna get. And so let's start off first with my first player, which is of course the big time defensive lineman from Michigan, and that's Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant, like I mentioned many times before on this channel, he's an amazing player. Amazing, phenomenal player, a big body up front who can hold that line close to be able to attack the run and just go out there and just make things happen. You know, he has a big time in pursuit as well like that. And for his size, he's very, very quick and agile and lateral quickness and making things happen and getting through those gaps, being an anchor on the D-line. As you guys know, the Steelers need to have a piece right there. Because Cam Hayward, he's still playing at a high level, but he's getting a little older, of course. So you need to add a piece right there, a guy who can just hold the front up for you and be a consistent piece, a dominating piece. And I think a guy like Kenneth Grant will be very good for that. Moving on to my second pick. My second pick, I got, of course, Cam Scatterbo. I made a trade for my second pick. I traded my second for next year and a third for next year for this second pick and like a sixth pick, I think. As well, I traded that pick and I got the second pick, the 64th pick from the Eagles too. So I got Cam Scatterbo, running back from Arizona State. As you guys know, the Steelers might have to trade, of course, the next year pick to get those picks for a second round pick because they traded their second round pick for DK Metcalf, of course. So they might have to do that. They bring a guy in, but also you look at I think Justin Fields and Russell Wilson will give the Steelers compensatory picks as well. I think because them signing deals with other teams like that will give the Steelers some compensatory picks for next year. So we possibly could see some more picks added to the Steelers thing as well. So if you do trade some picks from next year, you might get some picks back too as well. So that should be good. But I took Cam Scatterbo. As you guys know, Cam Scatterbo is a workhorse type of running back. I took him before here as well. I won't show his highlights. Every time I show his highlights, they get like copyrighted for some reason. I don't know why. It's just only his highlights every time we copyright it. So I'm going to show his highlights on here. But Cam Scatterbo, you probably see him many times running out there, making plays, being a bell cow back, a dual threat running back as well. One of those type of guys I mentioned before, is like a Najee Harris and Christian McCaffrey did a fusion technique like Dragon Ball Z. They stand into the fusion, you get Cam Scatterbo. I'm not saying he's on their level, but his play style and his play tendencies are very similar to those guys right there. He has the power. He has the ability to line up in the slot. See him line up wide. Go back and watch that Texas playoff game. If you want to see how good Cam Scatterbo is, that's how good he is right there. He was sick in that game as well, throwing up and still scoring touchdowns, making plays and big-time plays. At one point in the game, he had more offensive yards than the Texas whole team. He was playing tremendous against a good defense as well. He went out there trying to will his team to a victory and making plays, and he's a good player, a big-time player. That's what the Steelers embody. The Steelers embody toughness and those intangibles you cannot teach, and he has those intangibles. I think he's available. The second-round pick, you do trade up to add more picks to your repertoire in the draft. You bring a guy like that in, and you bring in Cam Scatterbo, and he'll help your offense a lot. The Steelers should look to overload the offense. Look to overload the offense, add those weapons, add those pieces so you'll be ready. Any quarterback that step back there, whether it's Mason Rudolph or whether it's Aaron Rodgers, we don't know exactly what he's going to do either. They'll be ready, and they'll be locked in and ready to go full speed and full. They have everything. You have running back with him, Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell. You have Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington. You have those receivers as well. You have all like weapons everywhere like that. GP, DK, Calvin Austin, and stuff, and other receivers. Maybe I draft a guy too as well. I draft a guy in this draft too later in the round. I'm gonna get to that too. I'll get to my later picks. But yeah, so I took Cam Scatterbo with my second pick of the draft. Now moving on to my third pick of the draft. I took quarterback from Alabama, Jalen Milroe. I know a lot of things are saying that the Steelers could take Jalen Milroe in the first round, which would be interesting. I think the Steelers probably should wait to like second round, or definitely third round, of course. But second round would be like, okay, you take a chance on that. But third round, definitely. I think he'd probably be a second, third round type of guy. I don't think he'd be a first round quarterback. It might just be the reports and rumors that's going on with some of the things. Milroe has a strong arm. He has a lot of potential as well. He's good at getting the ball out at a high rate as well too, delivering outside the pocket, making things happen with his legs as well, being a dual threat quarterback and being a fast quarterback as well. I say he ran a 4.3 at his pro date, which is very good. Like that, having a quarterback with some speed on him, so you can do the RPOs with them, the RPRs, and different like type of things to get him on the move, the bootlegs and stuff. He got to work on his accuracy a little bit more. I feel like the year he had with Coach Saban was actually probably one of his better years. He went out there and had some good numbers. 30-plus touchdown passes and making plays, of course, with his arm and stuff. And he showed better pocket presence that year. This past year, the new coaching and new stuff that happened, I don't know if that kind of hurt him a little bit because the new coach switched in and out like that. So he had a new coach in, new system, and new things that he had to kind of get accustomed to. His numbers kind of declined, but he still had some flashes and still showed toughness and still showed will as well in a lot of those games to help his team get to the playoffs as well, too. So Jalen Milroe is still a good player. I think he's a project pick in a sense, kind of like Josh Allen was and kind of like Anthony Richardson is. Trey Lance, those type of guys, those guys are like, they have the intangibles physically, but can they put it together? Josh Allen did it early on. We've seen a strong arm from him. The accuracy was a little off, and he had to make play. He made plays with his legs and stuff. He relied more on his athleticism than his skill, but his skills kind of caught up to that athleticism, and now you see him as an MVP. And you see, of course, Anthony Richardson still had to learn how to get his skill set up to his athleticism a little bit. He didn't play a lot of games in college, so that kind of hurt him a little bit. Jalen Milroe played a pretty good amount of games in college, so that should help him a lot, too, playing those pro-style offenses and transitioning to the NFL. If you sit behind somebody for a little while and learn and stuff as well, Mason Rudolph is a good person. He's not going to be, like, deterring you away or breaking you down like Big Ben did to him. He's going to be doing something different, like uplifting you, telling you different things like that, being a good like teaching you like be a good study and stuff as well. So I think he'll learn some stuff under Mason Rudolph. People might say Mason Rudolph don't know anything, but he knows some stuff. He knows some stuff to be in the league, how long he's been in the league, and be have a winning record as a starter with the Steelers. He knows some things like that, so you can learn from him. And if you bring a veteran quarterback in, like I know Jared Devil said before many times in the comment section, he said Joe Flacco, that would actually be good. You bring a Joe Flacco in. Joe Flacco has shown some good stuff. He's 40+ years old, I think, but he has shown some good stuff with the Colts and with the Browns like that. You bring a guy like that in who's a veteran, who's been a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. You learn from him too as well. That can just open up a lot more too as well. So we can see a lot of things mixed up. I know Joe Flacco had his stint with the Lamar Jackson. He didn't want to hit Lamar because kind of like changing the guard a little bit. He felt like the Ravens was kind of taking him out, kicking him out the door, which they was, of course, because like Lamar Jackson is a Heisman Trophy winner. This QB right here do everything, so of course they can get the door. But I feel like in a different situation right now, like he helped AR last year with the Colts, and he'll be helping a little bit this year too as well. I wouldn't mind that too. So that'd be very interesting. And if you bring Rodgers in, he can still learn from Rodgers. Now, don't learn the tendencies of missing practice from Rodgers, but just learn some things, how to read defenses and other things, and accuracy and just timing and just different things and different tricks as a quarterback. So I think Milroe will be a pretty nice QB to bring in. Let's move on to next, my fourth pick in the draft. My fourth pick in the draft is Jordan Phillips. I drafted him before. That's the defensive tackle from Maryland. As you guys know, he's a versatile piece. He might be a little smaller side. Why he's versatile. He can play on the edge. He can play inside and stuff. But he does a good job at stopping the run. And he hasn't really reached his potential fully yet. We see him play a little bit, but he hasn't played a lot yet in college. And he's been on the younger side of things. I feel like you see a lot of potential left still for him to untap a little bit. And playing alongside Cam Hayward and playing alongside Kellen Bennon will help out a lot, especially when you got TJ Watt and Highsmith on the edge. Like I mentioned before, if you're not good at rushing the passer, don't need to worry. When you got TJ Watt playing on your team and Cam Hayward, Kellen Bennon, Herbig, and Alex Highsmith, who are all good at rushing the passer, you ain't got to rush the passer. All you just do is be able to go out there and stop the run like that. So you might be used on running downs. You might be used on different sets, and then you can develop that passing, that pass rushing stuff a little bit more. Your bull rush, your different techniques and stuff. Your hand techniques, you can develop that while you learn it on the fly and stuff like that. Which you kind of get put in as a depth piece, and then you can get better and better and better, and then you go out there and make some things happen. So I took Jordan Phillips from Maryland. I think he'd be a nice and solid piece to add on as a depth piece and kind of build that line up and try to get some guys ready for the future. Moving on next. My next pick is Ty Felton, receiver from Maryland. He's 6'2", 184 pounds. He's a speedster. He had 96 receptions last year, 1,124 receiving yards last year, average 11 yards per catch. He's a crafty playmaker, speedster. He can create separation with anyone like that. Very good at creating separation like that. And he does a good job of running at the catch. When the ball is in his hand, he makes things happen. He put a foot in the ground. He hit a juke move. He hit a spin move. He do a lot of different things and stuff, and just be crafty and creating plays and making plays and stuff. So having a guy who's a good route runner, who has speed and create separation, would be very good to add. I know we got DK Metcalf. We got GP. I think they want to keep GP around for long term. So if you bring a guy like Ty Felton in, you can develop him well. Add him to the depth piece, same as Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin is cool, but Ty Felton run about the same speed as him. He ran a 4.3. Calvin Austin ran a 4.3, but this guy right here is 6'2", like that. So he has the ability to be a bigger body and stuff as well like that. Now he might not be as physical, of course. We see him struggle sometimes when people play physical against him and man-to-man coverage and certain things. But the way we have things set up with DK Metcalf and GP, he won't be getting like those like people playing man-to-man coverage like that on him a lot. He'd be probably sitting, people sitting in the zone and have to be zone coverage. He's very good at creating separation and good IQ as well, knowing where to hit and make different like jumps and cuts and stuff as well. He's good with his route precision as well. Like when you tell him to stop right there, he'll be right there in those spots. It's always good to have a route runner on the team. A route runner who's just very crafty. I know GP is a solid route runner. And DK Metcalf, he has moments where he runs routes good, but sometimes, he's a little more just like an athletic specimen and stuff. So we'll see how that develops more and more of. But having a guy like Ty Felton on the team will be nice. Told a lot more and be a deep threat down the field too. We already have GP, DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin, who all was top 10 in yards per reception last year. Those guys catching like 14 plus yards per catch, 15 plus yards per catch and stuff like that as well. So that'd be great to add a guy like this who can do that too as well to your receiver room. Moving on next, my 6th round pick. My 6th round pick is Jalen Reed, safety from Penn State. He's 6 foot, 211 pounds. He's just a thumper, getting downhill. He's solid in man coverage though. Solid in man zone coverage. He's a little more work, of course, in those departments, of course. But overall, it's a thumper. And I feel like adding a DB like that. We already have Deshaun Elliott, but add another guy like that, add more depth, a guy who can play versatile piece. He can play different positions in secondary as well. We've seen him in the slot, seen him in the nickel, seen a lot of all-around the place and stuff as well, like a queen chess piece. I always love guys like that. I wanted Cooper DeJean on the Steelers so bad. I wanted him to be on the Steelers last year, but the Steelers didn't draft him. The Eagles drafted him and Quinton Mitchell. I wanted one of those guys, at least one of them. The Eagles have both of them. And they did a very good job. You see in the playoffs, Quinton Mitchell making that big interception in the NFC Championship game. And you look at Cooper DeJean, pick 6 in the Super Bowl. The rookies went out there and shine. But adding a guy like Jalen Reed would be very good too. Have the potential to play in those play styles, be like versatile pieces in different spots, and not afraid to go up there and make plays. And the Steelers struggle with some of the secondary tackling, like guys being afraid to go up there and making tackles and stuff, and like loose tackle. This guy right here is a good tackler. He wrap up well and go out there and make plays and bring guys down to the ground and drop them to the ground, and just know how to read the quarterback as well, and has good IQ as well. He don't run through the wrong gap. We see him out there being consistent at that. The only reason he'll probably be like a 5th or 4th round pick is because, like I mentioned before, he's solid in man coverage and zone coverage, but he's not like super great in that. So he's kind of like solid in a lot of different things, but not great in a lot of things like that. So you got to kind of develop a lot more too as well. But I think overall, you draft him in the right scheme, playing with Minka Fitzpatrick, playing with JPJ, Darius Slayton, learning from those guys and developing well, it make your job easier, and you'll see him shine a lot. So I'll definitely take him at the 6th pick. And moving on last, my last pick of the draft, the 7th pick I have in my draft right here is Colin Oliver, edge rusher from Oklahoma State. Just to add more depth to them. I don't really know about him too much. I know about the other guys, but I don't know about him too much. So just to add more depth to the the department, I took the best edge rusher that was available still. So let me know if you know about him down below. But this is my draft class right here. Went out there, got Kenneth Grant, who's a tackle from Michigan. Got Cam Scatterbo, running back from Arizona State. Jalen Moreau, my 3rd pick, quarterback from Alabama. Jordan Phillips, who's a tackle from Maryland. Ty Felton, receiver from Maryland. Then I brought in Jalen Reed, safety from Penn State. And then Colin Oliver, edge rusher from Oklahoma State. So let me know down below what you guys think. Give me a grade, whether it's an A+ or an F. You're like, I hate the draft. I hate this. Your draft is terrible. You should delete your channel. You should delete this draft. Throw it in trash. Whether it's that or whether it's like, oh, it's a great draft like that. It should follow this blueprint. Just let me know down below. Every draft will talk to different scenarios. So this time I went with the regular approach of like the Steelers going D lineman. And then I went running back. I seen Cam Scatterbo there. I wasn't going to go D lineman like I did last video. But I said, let me switch up a little bit. Let me do D lineman, running back, and then do quarterback, and then go D lineman again because Jordan Phillips, I seen him, he had a lot of potential as well. So I want that approach a little bit. So let me know what you guys think down below. That's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. And like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.